Welcome to Royal Lovers. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and show some love to royalty. I am your host, Zayn. Today we delve into the love story of Prince William and Kate, a couple whose bond has been the subject of much speculation and admiration. As royal enthusiasts, we often find ourselves intrigued by their relationship, a bond that appears to be as strong as a diamond in the royal crown. A few weeks ago, I found myself engrossed in Royal Exclusive, a fresh offering on YouTube hosted by The Sun's royal editor, Matt Wilkinson. Alongside Ingrid Seward, they eloquently explored the state of various royal marriages, focusing on the strength of Prince William and Kate's union. There was a fervent insistence that this royal couple shares an incredibly robust and passionate relationship, a narrative that the hosts were keen to uphold. It's interesting to note how the visible, palpable love between the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan, was somehow portrayed as suspect or inappropriate. The hosts claimed that Harry's love for Meghan was obsessive and that he would never leave her, a sentiment that seemed to be portrayed negatively. This portrayal was a stark contrast to the glowing endorsement of Prince William and Kate's relationship, with the hosts going to great lengths to convince their audience of the couple's undying love and commitment to each other. The narrative was clear. Prince William and Kate are really into each other, sharing a bond that is unshakable and enduring. Yet, as we know, appearances can be deceptive. It's almost as if the royalists are determined to put a glittery bow on the reality of some truly tragic marriages, dressing up the truth with a sprinkle of fairy dust and a carefully crafted narrative. It's fascinating, isn't it? How the royalists dress up some truly tragic marriages with a sprinkle of glitter and a bow. But as we continue to delve into the world of royal lovers, we'll uncover more about the reality behind these royal relationships. Stay tuned. Now let's delve into a little irony, shall we? The royal Rota, the group of journalists dedicated to covering the royal family, finds itself in a bit of a pickle these days. With the monarchy slimming down, so too are the opportunities for these reporters. But here's the kicker, they're not victims of circumstance or the changing times. No, they are architects of their own downfall. For years, the royal Rota had front row seats to the royal shenanigans. They had access to the royal family that others could only dream of. And what did they do with this privilege? Instead of using their unique vantage point to report on the honest state of affairs within the monarchy, they chose to become public relations officers for the institution. And this wasn't just any institution. This was a centuries-old monarchy grappling with modernity, facing accusations of racism and irrelevance, and dealing with the fallout of very public family feuds. These reporters could have been the voice of truth, the ones to hold the monarchy accountable and tell the world the real story. But they chose not to. Instead, they put on their rose-tinted glasses and painted a picture of a fairy tale kingdom, where princes and princesses lived happily ever after, where there was no scandal, no dissent, and no problems. They had the chance to be journalists, but they chose to be storytellers, and now they find themselves out of a job. The slimmed-down monarchy doesn't need an army of reporters to cover its affairs. The royal Rota, once the envy of journalists everywhere, is now facing an uncertain future. The irony is not lost on us. So what's the moral of the story? When you have a front row seat to history, use it wisely. Don't become a pawn in someone else's game. And remember, the truth always has a way of coming out. They had the best seats in the house and yet they ended up screwing themselves out of a job. Let's rewind to the year 2023, a year that painted a different picture of the Wales marriage. This was a year when the royal couple's relationship seemed to be in a flux. The headlines were dominated by Prince William's solo endeavours, painting a stark contrast to the earlier years when the couple were often seen together, a united front. Suddenly it was as if the Duke of Cambridge was flying solo, embracing his individuality. Prince William, traditionally seen at the side of his wife, was now making appearances alone. He was attending events, laying claim to causes, and making a mark on his own. The world was getting a glimpse of William, the individual, not just William, the husband. From charity events to royal tours, Prince William seemed to be on a mission to carve out his own identity. This shift wasn't just noticed by royal enthusiasts, it was also the talk of the town among the common masses. The usual pictures of the couple, arm in arm, were replaced by solo shots of Prince William. The whispers of speculation grew louder, questioning the status of the royal couple's relationship. Was there trouble in the royal paradise? In the past, the couple had always presented a united front, their bond evident in their shared smiles, their warm interactions. But 2023 was different. The body language was off, the smiles seemed forced, and the warmth appeared to have cooled. The speculation wasn't baseless, as the couple seemed to be living separate lives. The royal couple, who had once been the epitome of marital bliss, were now the center of whispers and speculations. The year 2023 was a stark departure from the image they had so carefully cultivated. It was a year that had many questioning the strength of their bond, the depth of their commitment. Despite the strong narrative, the body language and actions told a different tale, didn't it? The year 2023 was indeed an unhappy year for the royal couple, a year that had many questioning the happiness and unity of the Wales marriage. Remember the Scottish coronation? An event that raised quite a few eyebrows. Indeed, it was a spectacle that left an indelible mark on royal watchers worldwide. Amid the pomp and circumstance of this grand event, there was an incident that, shall we say, stood out from the rest. And no, it wasn't about the crown jewels or the sumptuous banquet that followed. It was a small moment, a fleeting gesture that spoke volumes about the state of affairs between our beloved Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. As the world watched, Prince William, the future King of England, appeared noticeably uncomfortable when his wife, Kate, reached out to touch him. Now, such a gesture would ordinarily be considered an affectionate act between a loving couple, wouldn't it? But in this case, it led to further speculation about the state of their relationship. You see, it wasn't the first time the couple's interactions had been under scrutiny. Throughout the year 2023, there were whispers about the seemingly increasing distance between William and Kate. Observers noted that the pair, once the epitome of royal love and unity, appeared more separated than ever. This incident at the Scottish coronation only added fuel to the fire. The discomfort that flickered across William's face was hard to miss. It was a moment that seemed to shatter the carefully curated image of the perfect royal couple. And it left many wondering what was really going on behind the castle walls. The incident was quickly swept under the royal rug, as it often happens, but it did not escape the eagle eyes of royal enthusiasts. It left a lingering question in the minds of many. Was the fairy tale romance of William and Kate on shaky ground? A picture is worth 1,000 words, and this one screamed volumes, didn't it? So, what's the final verdict on this royal love story? As we've journeyed through the highs and lows of Prince William and Kate's relationship, it's clear that there's more than meets the eye. The royal love story, as it's often portrayed, appears to be a tale of two hearts inextricably bound. Yet we've seen signs that suggest otherwise, that the royal couple might not be as united as they seem. The irony of the royal Rota, the very institution meant to uphold the image of the monarchy, has come into sharp focus. Instead of using their privileged position to report on the true state of affairs, they've acted as cheerleaders for a dynasty that seems to be in its twilight. Their job, rather than reporting, has become that of a painter, attempting to create an idyllic portrait of a royal marriage that may be weathering storms behind palace doors. The year 2023 was particularly telling. Despite the public image of a united front, Prince William and Kate seemed to be leading separate lives. The prince was seen promoting himself as a single man, happy to go solo, while Kate was left seemingly on the sidelines. This was no more evident than at the Scottish coronation, where an awkward interaction between the couple raised more than a few eyebrows. Taking all these points into consideration, we're left with a question. Is the love story of Prince William and Kate as strong as it's made out to be, or is it a carefully constructed facade, designed to maintain the image of a united monarchy? This question is something that only time will reveal. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Show some love by subscribing and sharing the video. Remember to leave a comment. Thank you, I am your loyal host, Zane.